Ever notice how some people have a quiet strength that makes their words really stick with you? They may not talk a lot, but when they do, there's a calm confidence that makes everyone listen. They don't need to raise their voice to be heard. It's a strength we might miss, but there's a lot we can learn from it. In a world where everyone is quick to share their thoughts, there's a quiet strength in knowing when to speak up and when to simply listen. Could it be that sometimes saying less actually opens the door to so much more? Today we're exploring the quiet power of silence, a strength that can open doors to patience, clear thinking, and even a deeper understanding of ourselves. Imagine having the courage to pause, the ability to listen with real intent, and the wisdom to choose your words carefully. This isn't about blending into the background. It's about letting both your words and the pauses between them bring real meaning. See silence not as an empty space, but as a source of strength and understanding. When we embrace it with purpose, silence becomes a guiding force, letting us hear wisdom that goes unnoticed in the rush of everyday life. It serves as a steady anchor, helping us stay grounded and clear-headed, making it easier to find direction in each moment. This isn't just about keeping quiet, it's about making room to listen, to others, to your own heart, and to God's gentle guidance. Silence becomes the foundation of wisdom, allowing you to respond thoughtfully instead of reacting quickly, and to understand rather than hurry. In these quiet moments, there's space for new insights to unfold, helping you see more clearly the path God has set before you. Practicing this can deepen your connections, helping you approach others with a heart open to genuine understanding. Embracing silence gives your words greater meaning, turning each one into a thoughtful offering. With this habit, you may find yourself making more mindful choices, feeling more at peace, and becoming more in tune with God's guidance. Silence holds a quiet power, ready to enrich every part of your life. When faced with unfair criticism, it's natural to want to defend ourselves, to explain, to prove our intentions. But what if real strength lies in choosing silence? This isn't about pretending we're not affected or brushing off hurtful words. Instead, it's about knowing that our worth comes from God, not from what others think of us. Choosing silence in these moments becomes a powerful show of faith, a reminder that we trust God to see our hearts and understand us beyond the world's judgments. In this stillness, we find room to reflect, to seek wisdom, and to grow stronger within. As we embrace this quiet strength, our attention shifts away from the weight of others' opinions, resting instead on the steady foundation of God's love and guidance. By choosing this path, we're not just avoiding unnecessary conflict, we're embracing a life rooted in dignity, self-worth, and lasting peace. How have harsh words left us with lingering regret? Wisdom gives us another way, finding calm in the chaos. This isn't about hiding how we feel or acting like nothing's wrong. It's about channeling the strong force of anger towards something more meaningful than just this moment. When frustration starts to rise, pause and take a calming breath. In that brief moment, there's an opportunity to clear your mind and invite God's wisdom, finding strength in His peace. This isn't just sitting still, it's a choice to be mindful and intentional. By giving yourself a moment before reacting, you're not just soothing your emotions, you're showing real self-control and maturity, setting an example of patience that touches others in ways you may never know. When we face deep loss, there's a strong urge to say something that might ease the pain, if only a little. But sometimes in the stillness, there's a quiet strength, a calm that lets us pause and just feel. It's not a time for answers, but a chance to honor what's gone, to sit with our grief, and to sense God's peace in a way that words can't fully express. Instead of rushing to fill the silence, we can let it be, allowing ourselves to feel the depth of what's on our hearts. In that stillness, God moves within us, not to take away the pain, but to help us bear it and maybe even turn it into something we can live with. When we allow ourselves to go through sorrow slowly, we discover a new kind of strength, one that holds our memories close and helps us move forward, knowing He's with us, carrying every moment that truly matters. When people misunderstand you or make quick judgments, what's your first reaction? Do you feel the need to explain, correct, or defend yourself? But imagine, just for a moment, responding differently, with quiet patience. Instead of stepping into a back and forth, let there be a space of calm. This isn't about agreeing with what's wrong or giving in. It's about letting your calm presence speak on your behalf. In these silent pauses, you give others a chance to stop, think, and maybe even reconsider what they assumed. When you find yourself in a quiet moment, take a second to reflect. Is there something God might be showing you right now? Could there be a piece of wisdom you hadn't noticed before? This quiet time gives space for understanding and even humility to take root. It's an invitation for everyone involved to see things more clearly and build a genuine connection. Remember, silence isn't empty. It can hold the kind of wisdom that brings clarity, healing, and true growth. Now, when you're confronted with false accusations, the urge to respond quickly can feel overwhelming. You just want to set the record straight. But sometimes holding your peace can say more than any hurried reply. This silence isn't about being passive. It's about trusting in a deeper truth, believing that eventually what's hidden will come to light. By not rushing to defend yourself, you're not admitting guilt or backing down. Rather, you're standing firmly in the quiet confidence that your integrity speaks louder than any noise around you. In times like these, your calm shows something powerful. It quietly says that you have nothing to hide. You're making the choice to step above the noise and trust that in God's perfect time, the truth will come to light. This quietness not only helps you find your own thoughts, but it also lets others notice a strength in you that speaks louder than words. As you wait patiently, holding on to your peace, others may begin to feel the quiet confidence you carry. They'll see the difference between those who rush to defend themselves and those who let the truth reveal itself naturally. When life brings us hard, unfair moments, it's natural to feel hurt or want to respond quickly. But what if instead of reacting right away, we paused and chose another way forward? In these times, rather than letting frustration take over, imagine the strength in simply being quiet for a moment. The Bible encourages us to be still and wait on the Lord, reminding us that even in the silence, God is at work within us, strengthening our hearts and shaping our character. Words can sometimes feel sharp, cutting into us and sparking an urge to respond right away. When someone criticizes or insults us, choosing silence isn't just a way to keep peace. It's a way of showing the calm, steady strength that God has placed within us. This isn't about being weak. It's about showing resilience and holding on to who we are as people guided by faith and patience. The Bible reminds us that a gentle answer can calm anger, but sometimes choosing silence can say even more. When we hold back our words, it's like telling ourselves, "I'm strong enough to let this pass." Feel the calm, steady peace that only God can give, filling you with a deeper strength and wisdom. And those who spoke harshly may find themselves taken aback, perhaps even respecting the quiet strength they didn't expect. Think of it this way. When a disagreement flares up, does arguing actually lead to understanding? Instead of adding fuel to the fire, a pause can make all the difference. In that brief silence, God's guidance has room to come through, offering clarity and insight we might miss in the heat of the moment. Choosing silence isn't about surrender or giving up. It's about aiming for something greater. It's a choice to value peace over pride, to seek true resolution rather than a fleeting victory. In that stillness, a heart willing to listen finds common ground or fresh perspective, transforming a tense exchange into a chance for genuine connection. When you hold back from answering quickly, you open up space for something more meaningful, a conversation that helps us grow, understand, and sometimes even heal. It's a reminder that victory doesn't always matter most. Sometimes the real achievement lies in moving forward together. Starting with silence can be a choice that leads to deeper clarity and purpose. It's more than just moving away from noise. It's stepping into a space where you can really think about your thoughts, review your choices, and see where you're headed. In these calm moments, you're invited to reconnect, not only with yourself, but with what truly matters to you and aligns with your beliefs. Choosing silence can be powerful, especially when it comes to making important decisions. In a world that pushes us to respond quickly and act immediately, a moment of quiet isn't a sign of doubt. It's a chance to find direction. Imagine the impact if in those moments of stillness you asked yourself whether your choices honor your faith and reflect what truly matters to you. That silence isn't just empty space. It's an opportunity to seek wisdom, gain perspective, and move forward with purpose. And have you ever found yourself planning your response before someone has even finished speaking? What if instead you focused fully on their words, allowing them to share openly without interruption? Listening this way goes beyond just hearing. It shows respect and genuine interest in what they have to say. People feel valued when they know they are truly being listened to, and this focus allows you to understand more deeply, strengthening your connections and enriching your relationships. And there's a quiet strength in someone who doesn't feel the need to fill every moment with words, who's comfortable with silence and finds calm in stillness. When we embrace those pauses and let go of the urge to explain or reassure constantly, our presence begins to have its own voice. When we embrace those pauses and let go of the urge to explain or reassure constantly, our presence begins to have its own voice. In letting silence hold its place, the words we do choose to share carry a depth and meaning that can reach hearts in ways endless talking never could. Silence can reveal a quiet strength within us. When we pause, people notice, drawn to the calm that keeps us steady, even when life feels uncertain. This calmness speaks to a trust that goes beyond our own understanding, a gentle confidence that there is one who knows our hearts completely, even in the quiet moments. By holding on to this inner strength, we become a source of peace for others, someone they can turn to when words aren't enough and comfort is needed most. Every time we find comfort in silence, we build a quiet strength that changes more than just our words. It shapes how others perceive us. We start to show a calm, steady confidence that, over time, becomes a source of reassurance and insight for those around us. This inner power doesn't just improve our conversations, it strengthens our spirit, rooting us more deeply in our purpose. Embrace the gift of silence, letting it bring peace not only to your relationships but also to your own heart. True strength speaks from a quiet place. It's not found in the words we rush to say or in quick reactions, but in the calm courage to pause, to wait, and to trust that God's wisdom is moving within us, even in silence. In those moments of stillness, when our hearts find peace beyond the noise, we discover a strength that is both gentle and unwavering, a presence that reassures others simply by being there. Let's come together in prayer, inviting God's voice into this silence. As we listen, may His peace become the strength that carries us, guiding us toward a life marked not by noise but by the quiet power of grace. Lord, in the quiet embrace of my heart, teach me the art of calm strength. Show me a courage that speaks softly yet resonates deeply, a strength built not in words but in gentle presence, in wisdom, and in grace. Help me understand that true power lies not in force but in a quiet resilience, in the steady, compassionate rhythm of a heart anchored in you. May I find in silence a language that transcends words, a language that listens, that meets others with warmth, and that finds peace in the stillness only you can give. When my soul feels restless, Lord, remind me that silence is not a void but a doorway, a sacred place where I meet you most deeply. Let these quiet moments be my refuge, not barren but alive with your presence, rich with purpose. Teach me to see the silence as a teacher, where words gather meaning, where intentions deepen, and where my spirit is shaped by thoughtfulness and grace. In times when I face misunderstanding or criticism, strengthen me to stay grounded, finding my worth not in the fleeting approval of others, but in the eternal comfort of your love. May my silence be my choice to trust in you, an expression of faith rather than a need to defend myself or prove my worth. Help me see that each moment of restraint draws me closer to you, inviting me to grow in humility and patience, with peace that does not depend on circumstances. Lord, let my heart lean on you in sorrow's quiet spaces. Teach me to sit gently with my pain, trusting that each tear, each ache, is held in the tenderness of your compassion. May my silence in grief become a sanctuary where your comfort touches me with a closeness beyond words, where your spirit fills the emptiness with a presence that heals. In moments of frustration or anger, lead me to a place of calm. Show me that true strength is not in the force of my response, but in the gentleness of my restraint. Remind me to pause, to breathe deeply, and to answer the world's noise with the quiet assurance of your love, showing a calm that echoes your patience and kindness. Let silence become my path to humility, Lord, where my heart opens fully to listen, to understand, and to love others as you love me. Help me to hear your voice in stillness, guiding my steps, filling my days with purpose and my actions with thoughtfulness. Lord, fill me with a peace so deep that it stands unmoved, a calm that ripples outward, touching those around me with the quiet strength of your love. May my gentle spirit become a testament of faith, a reflection of your grace that speaks louder than any words. In every silence, may I find you more fully. Amen.